I was born in Birmingham, Alabama. And then I came here on the day after I graduated from high school in 1972. Took one look at it and said, I think that's where I want to live the rest of my life. Thank you very much, and never looked back. I worked my way through Carroll as a nurse's aide here for 5 years, and then worked here as an RN for 43 years. It was kind of a joke in the department that I knew everybody. One of them even pulled up her daughter on FaceTime because I'd been there at the birth and she wanted to introduce me to her daughter. So that was kind of fun. I loved every part of nursing. It was my calling. It was what I meant to do. I had my first uniform at 3 years old. I was going around to the relatives trying to give them shots. I knew at 3 years old. You know, there was something so incredibly wonderful about walking through the same door to work every day for 48 years. I came through the same door. No matter what else was going on in life, you know, the good times, the bad times, that consistency of walking through that same door every day, I loved that. And it was like coming home. Never wanted to do anything else. I never wanted to work anywhere else. When I first moved to Helena, my housing fell through, my funding for college fell through. It was really hard times. And for a while, I didn't have a place to live either. And the wonderful staff at St. Pete's that I worked with as a nurse aide, they came up with a plan to help me. And they took me into their homes. I didn't have a car, and they drove me to work for a year. They fed me. They said, just save your money. And then in a year, I was able to get my own place. And so they didn't even know me that well, and they did that for me. And I will never forget their kindness. And some of them are still in my life today, you know, which is almost 50 years later. And I want to do that for somebody else the same way it was done for me. I did set up an endowed scholarship here with the intent of assisting employees that wanted to go on to nursing school that worked here. But then there was 2 turning points when I decided to do this. And I lost a brother at 36 years old, and he was my best friend in the whole world. And all attachment to material possessions died when he did, because I would have given away everything I had to have my brother back. And at that point, there was a shift moving more towards what would a legacy look like? I don't have anyone to leave my state to. What if I funded a scholarship that could help people that wanted to go back to school? Every day I ended up at the elevator at the same time, every morning coming to work, and one of the support staff in the hospital would end up at the elevator the same time as I. I don't even know her name, but she was so polite, and she was always motioning me on the elevator first and wishing me a good day, and we'd have this small talk just riding to the second floor. And then one morning in the elevator, she looked at me and she said, I have a dream. I want to be a nurse. And that did it. I thought, that's it. I have to do this, and I have to figure out how. But I'd never done anything like this, so I didn't know where to start. I asked another employee, another long-term nurse, and she guided me to the foundation. And I've worked with several people now in the foundation, and then did have my attorney look over it too, and it was very easy. And I've encouraged a lot of people to do their wills and, you know, get it down on paper. You can't be sure of what's going to happen to your estate if you don't plan for it. You know, I hope I made a difference all those years in my career. I mean, do we ever really know? The woman in the elevator doesn't know, you know, that she paved the way to help a lot of people here go to school, and she has no idea. You know, we often don't find out ways that we helped other people along the way. I'm sure a lot of the people that helped me here have no idea. And maybe they're not supposed to know.